At exactly midnight, every soul disappeared. And what was left behind was worse than death. There was no warning, no screaming, no explosions, no monsters falling from the sky. Just a sudden, profound silence that swallowed the world whole. One moment, my brother was telling me a joke, his eyes crinkling at the corners. The next, he just stopped. The smile on his face froze, but the light behind his eyes went out. He was still there, his body perfectly fine, but he was gone. All around the city, it was the same story. People stopped reacting. They stopped speaking. They stopped feeling. Their bodies remained, but their souls were just erased. A city of millions became a city of empty shells, a museum of hollowed-out people. For a while, we thought they were just catatonic, trapped inside their own minds. We tried everything, shaking them, calling their names, showing them pictures of their families. Nothing worked. We were alone, surrounded by the ghosts of everyone we ever knew. And then, the worst part happened. They were still walking. We called them the soulless. They aren't like the zombies you see in movies. They don't scream or groan. They don't chase you with rabid hunger. They simply move, slowly, deliberately, always toward the living. Their movements are unnervingly calm, a silent, shuffling tide of emptiness. If they get close, you feel it, a creeping cold that has nothing to do with the temperature. Their touch drains the warmth from your body, leaving you shivering and weak. Their presence alone is enough to suffocate hope, a constant, silent reminder of what was lost. We quickly realized the horrifying truth. Death would have been a mercy. These things, these soulless heathens, they weren't interested in eating your flesh. They were drawn to something else, something deeper. Because the soulless don't kill you fast, they erase you. One touch, and a piece of you just vanishes. A memory, a feeling, a part of who you are. They drain you, bit by bit, until there's nothing left but another empty shell to join their silent march. Only a few of us survived that first night. We learned the hard way to stay hidden, to live in the shadows. Light attracts them. Any artificial light, even a candle flame, seems to draw them like moths, their empty eyes fixed on the source. Sound is even worse. A dropped can, a cough, a single spoken word, it's like a dinner bell, and suddenly, they're all turning, their heads swiveling in unison toward you. The silence is our only shield. We communicate with hand signals, live on cold, canned food, and sleep in shifts, always watching. But the constant fear does something to you. Trust disappears even faster than our dwindling food supplies. You start looking at the person next to you, wondering if they'll make a mistake, if they'll be the one to give away your position. You wonder if they'd sacrifice you to save themselves. Anyone could be the weak link. Anyone could turn next. And then, someone remembers. It wasn't random. The night it all began, it started at exactly midnight. A terrifying pattern began to emerge. We started keeping track, watching from our hiding spots. Every single transformation since that first night has followed the same unbreakable rule. A person, still human, will suddenly freeze. Their eyes will go blank. And it always happens at the same hour. The same deafening silence descends just before it happens. Midnight. Not a second sooner. Not a second later. Something is counting. Something is watching us, waiting for that precise moment to claim another soul. It's a ritual, a celestial clockwork of horror. And with each passing day, our small group gets smaller. Every 24 hours, we hold our breath, praying we don't lose another. The dread is a physical thing, a weight in our chests that grows heavier as the sun sets. We're trapped in a cycle, and the only certainty is the coming darkness. What happens when the next midnight arrives? Who will it take this time? The true agony of this new world isn't just the fear of being caught. It's looking into the crowd of the soulless and seeing familiar faces. These things were once our loved ones, our friends, our parents, our children. My brother is out there somewhere, walking with them. I see a woman who looks like my old neighbor, a man who wears the same coat as my college professor, but they don't recognize us. They don't recognize names or faces. They have no memories. All the shared laughter, the tears, the private jokes, all of it is gone, replaced by a vacant stare. They only respond to two things, the movement of the living and a deep, unspoken hunger for the warmth of our souls. You have to force yourself to see them not as people, but as obstacles, as threats. But how do you do that when one of them has your mother's eyes? The emotional toll is crushing. And then, one of our survivors, a man named David, whispers that his coffee tasted like nothing this morning. And he can't remember what his daughter's laugh sounded like. A new fear takes hold, colder and sharper than any before. One of us is beginning to feel their own emotions fading. It starts subtly. The constant, gut-wrenching fear begins to dull, replaced by a strange, empty calm. The sharp sting of a cut on your hand feels distant, like it's happening to someone else. Pain fades, empathy follows. We had to leave a man behind last week because his leg was broken. In the beginning, we would have cried. We would have been torn apart by the decision. Now, it just felt logical, necessary. Survival demands sacrifice, we tell ourselves. But where do you draw the line? The boundary between human and heathen, between us and them, is starting to blur. We move in silence, we avoid the light, we suppress our feelings. We are becoming more like them every day just to survive. Are we just delaying the inevitable? Are we fighting to preserve a humanity that we are actively stripping away from ourselves? It's a chilling thought that keeps me awake in the suffocating quiet of the night. What if surviving this world means becoming one of them? What if the only way to beat the monster is to become one yourself? The sky is turning a deep bruised purple. The clock is ticking. The next midnight approaches. The remaining few of us have a choice to make, perhaps our last one. Do we run? Try to find some untouched corner of the world, a place the silence hasn't reached yet. But we've seen no evidence such a place exists. Do we hide? Huddle together in this cold, dark basement and pray that tonight isn't our night, knowing that our odds get worse with every cycle. Or do we do the unthinkable? Do we confront it? Do we try to fight whatever it is that stole humanity's souls in the first place? It feels like suicide, but what's the alternative? To slowly fade into nothingness, one midnight at a time. Because if this night repeats, and the one after that, and the one after that, there will eventually be no one left, no one to feel, no one to fight, no one to even remember what it was like to be human. The world will be nothing but a silent, shuffling graveyard. The real horror of this new world isn't dying. It's surviving long enough to lose your soul.